showtime!
What's up, world? International Zoe. I'm here in Nairobi, Kenya. Although my stay was cut short, I'm glad I got a chance to connect with Trell. Because also I'm gonna say, and shout out to BMT, shout out to Aaron, because I saw your interview with Aaron, and I was coming here, so it helped me be like, yeah, you know, I think I already had it booked, I think, or I was about to book it, and then I saw your interview, and I was like, okay, another person that I could speak to, and I like what you had to say about Nairobi, Kenya, and you were really like a, how you say, a spokesperson for here, this city and this country, Kenya.
Appreciate I tried.
And so you was going hard, and I was like, I really wanted to talk to you also about. Thank you, brother. I wanted to talk to you about, you made a real estate investment here, which is, I'm about business. You know, I got the condo in Rio de Janeiro, and I'm looking for another place. So when you was telling me about the pricing and the way you was able to pay it down, I'm interested to hear more about that. But let's start from the beginning. For those people who might not know, where you from, brother?
I'm originally from Charleston, South Carolina, but I lived in Duval, Houston, Atlanta. So I'm just a down south dude.
Southern boy,
dude.
Southern brother.
Pretty much, yeah.
So how did you, well, what did you do? Did you go to college? Did you go, what were your pursuits in life before you started hitting the travel game hard?
So I went to college for 3 years. In my last year, I started switching majors, didn't know what I wanted to do. And a merchant seaman was actually dating my cousin from New York. And he came to my apartment and said, you want to make some money? I'm like, why not? Sign me up. So I became a merchant seaman, and my job was traveling. So that's when I got into traveling.
So what exactly does a merchant seaman do?
We transport goods on ships, pretty
like
much.
The big containers?
Container ships, ro-ros, bulk carriers, tankers for fuel, just ships, like domestic and international.
So what's the life like there? Meaning, how long are you on the ship? What's your usual route? And how are you bringing everything to America? Or are you bringing things out of America? Like what's...
So there's no usual route. We're union, so every ship I get on is a brand new ship. But look, recently I've been on tankers, just taking fuel from Texas to Florida. But I used to ride overseas container ships like the Northern Europe run. I was on the Middle East run one time. So every ship is different. I get on, we're union, so we don't have permanent jobs. So when I get back to America, I just go to one of my union halls and I just grab a ship. Might be 30 days, might be 3 months, I might stay on 6 months. I just save up till I hit my price point and come back overseas.
Okay, if you don't mind sharing.
All right.
What type of money is made? Does it depend on the length? Does it depend on where you're going? Or is it the same because you're union?
We have different contracts for different ships. So every time I go to my union hall, I look at the jobs I want. For entry level, it's probably gonna be like $5,000 a month. For me, everything included, I probably make close to like 8, 9 a month when I work. So, but when I'm on vacation for 4 or 5 months, I'm living off of it. So it's nothing coming in.
So is that how it usually works? You work for 4 months and then you off for 4 months?
Well,
or could you work all year round if you want to?
If you want to, yeah.
Okay.
So we're union, so you only have to work 4 months out the year.
Wow.
But you only have to work 4 months, 120 out the year. But after that, it's on you. So a lot of seamen, or a lot of foreigners who they work half the year, they live overseas, they go back to the country they live at. So that's what got me in traveling too. And there's some people who just work the minimum, got a business in the U.S. and they already saved their money, got a business. They work the minimum just to keep their benefits, and they just live a regular life. They stay home for like 6, 7 months in the U.S.
Okay. What are the qualifications to be a seaman?
You just got to be able to get a TWIC card, a passport, and your MSC, your Merchant Mariner credential. And it's just a process. Anybody can do it as long as you don't have like a felon. It's like that's all.
So there's no education you need or nothing. You just have to go. It's a paperwork route.
It's like a trade school route.
Okay.
Yeah, you just got to go get your certifications, and that's it.
Okay. So when you get your certification, is there certain things you need to know on the ship?
It's 3 different departments. It's the engine, the steward, and deck department. So if you go MSC, they do everything for you. If you do non-union, all you need is a TWIC card. But the union, they let you pick which department you want, and then they specialize train you. On the entry level, you can take any job. But once you get past entry level, you have to pick a department.
Okay.
They have to pick your department, then you can keep going up and up and up.
What's the differences in the department, the labor-wise? Is it more laboring? Do you get paid more for different departments?
Yeah, it varies a little bit. The deck department is like you work on deck or you on the helm. The engine department, the engine, and the steward department, you're on cooking and cleaning. You like to cook very well, but they get paid well too, So
Right.
So it just depends which route you want to take.
Okay. Is it taxing on your body to work on? Is it taxing?
Yes. That's why every 6 months we get checked every 6 months, 2 year. We have 2 year physical, a 6 month physical, a pre-work physical. Like they're on us hard. They don't want you to die on the ship.
Right.
There's a lot of old people who sail till they die. Because once it's in your blood, some dudes just want to live on the ship. They don't want to go nowhere else. Once it's in your blood,
Really?
like once you love it, it's like being overseas in the military. Once you in it, it's like some dudes just love it. They don't want to be off like me. I love being at sea sometimes. Sometimes like I'm ready to go back to sea.
Is it tranquil or something? The reason why you like it, or is it the brotherhood that's there? Is it women on the ship?
Nah. That Me Too movement was 10 years on us ahead of the U.S.
Okay.
Because sail was our history.
Right.
But it's like you hit a port overseas, a random country. A lot of these countries, like the sailors, the ports, like we have like our own sailor clubs, and they have the girls lined up for us and stuff. So it's like
They say some places was built because it's
sailors.
ships that
Yeah. A lot of mongering, like a lot of red light districts were actually made for sailors.
Right.
Like the ports are right there, and the red light districts are right next to the ports
Right.
because they don't want us going in town chasing their women.
Yeah.
So a lot of old school like red light districts are right near the ports.
Right.
So that's like part of our job profession. Like
So how long will you be on the water? What's the longest you're on the water without a stop?
the longest is I say probably leaving Japan or Korea and heading to the West Coast. It's probably like maybe 2.5 weeks because we have to go to Hawaii to get fuel sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But if we just go straight across from Korea, we hit the Panama Canal maybe like 21 days, 23 days, depending on we take the short route or we take the long route sometime when like wintertime is too bad up north.
Right.
So we gotta go down south. So it take like 23 days.
There are like another 2 countries that's supposed to be building the canal and building some locks. Are you? Do you have any information on that?
I heard China or somebody's trying to build something like to compete with the Panama Canal.
Right. And I think Venezuela or some other countries.
Because they make a lot of money.
I heard they make like $100,000 per ship or $1 million.
Yeah, but people
crazy
don't realize one country was helping them make it and they ran out of money. And then America actually finished it off,
Yes.
and they owned it for 100 years.
Yes.
And they turned it back over to them.
Yes.
And after it went down for a while, but now they put money into it. They made it bigger.
They made another locks too now.
Yeah.
I visited
Yep.
in 2019.
I
think
actually went through it on
Yeah.
hand steering
Oh,
because
wow.
without the Panama Canal, you have to go all the way around South America. And if you don't know anything about like weather, that part of the world, the water is dangerous because there's nothing to slow it down. So sometimes you get like super waves like off of South Africa and off of South America because like some like waves and swells just can keep going and going because like it's nothing to stop it.
Like a whirlpool kind of thing.
So you'll get super strong waves out of nowhere.
Right.
So that little like turn around South America, South Africa, a lot of ships don't make it. Even right now, it's like it's dangerous.
Is that anything that ever comes into your mind being at sea, the danger? Was it ever, like you fly in a plane, you get turbulence and you be like, woo, some people don't fly again. So have you ever been at sea where, like in the movies, the water's coming on the boat and...
I'm gonna try to record it next time I'm in a bad storm.
You should.
But like we get bad winter storms. They're mostly up north, the North Atlantic, the North Pacific. This is hurricane season, so I try to avoid hurricane season. Because recently I've been working on tankers, so we've been staying in the Gulf of Mexico. But this like September 5th, the peak of hurricane season, and it gets real bad. And it's like it's always the hurricanes go north, we go south, but it's always the captain's decision. So we actually had ships that got caught in hurricanes, like the El Faro. All those guys I knew all of them who died. They died in a hurricane.
Fatality?
Yeah, El Faro. You can Google it. The El Faro.
How long ago was that?
Maybe like that was probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
It's a big like plaque for it and stuff. It was all made the world news and everything.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so how many years have you been doing the Seaman?
Like 20 years.
Really?
20 years.
you still look kind of young.
Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 40.
Okay.
I'm 40. Sometimes I lie to girls, but I'm 40.
Yeah, I know I lie too. Man. They just assume I'm younger, and I just go with it.
Yeah, there you go.
I put a couple more years on there, guess. You know what I'm saying? But I don't go crazy.
There you go.
Okay, so you are a veteran at this.
Yeah.
20 years in any industry is almost retirement time. Because you're in a union, are you able to retire, or it's up to you?
I mean, you have to get a certain amount of days and hit a certain age to retire. But I'm probably close to it right now. But a lot of seamen, we start just investing at a certain age. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm invest more in Africa and just work half the year and live over here half the year. Then sooner or later work less, and live off my investments.
I might want to get at a try.
Hey, you good? Hey, I got all the information for you.
Okay, so is this what piqued your interest in travel? Your job?
Listen, honestly,
Okay.
before I got in my job, I didn't even care about travel. I didn't think about it. I was just in the party in the U.S. doing my thing. And my first ship, we went to Bremerhaven, Germany.
Wow.
First stop was Bremerhaven, Germany, and I went to the red light. Man, I was in man.
How many years ago was that?
Probably maybe 19.
Wow. Okay.
And they had the red light in Germany and stuff, and just I saw the European girls and stuff, and
Right.
so Europe was my first love overseas, man. Yeah. Then we went to England. I remember they used to drink a lot. We went to Felixstowe, England. Then we went to Antwerp, Belgium, and they had a high class red light in Antwerp.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So how many countries have you been to thus far?
I can try to count. I don't know off the top of my head. I've been to Chile, Argentina,
Maybe like 30, 40?
about 30, 40, something like that. Yeah.
Nice. But how much traveling did you do outside of work?
So-
how did it inspire your travels outside of work?
So, my first personal vacation, my father is an ex-military, and he lived in the Philippines.
Wow.
So my first trip was to the Philippines to see my father in Angeles. And I didn't even know.
You just got it in your blood.
I didn't even know what I was getting myself into because
Yeah.
she was from Subic, but they moved to Angeles,
Right.
and it was and I'm glad I caught him before he passed. But it was all like the ex like military guys. They were all
Yeah,
limping
I've been there.
around.
I've been there,
They had a
yeah.
big banner for me, "Welcome Home, Cherry Boy" and stuff,
Right.
and I had a real good time. So that was my first actual trip.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And then my second trip, I used to go to Dubai a lot. And when I was in Dubai, I met a lot of African girls.
Right.
So one time I took a trip to Dubai for like 10 days. Now I'm like, why am I going to Dubai to mess with African girls? Let's just go to Africa.
Right.
So then my first trip to Africa next was Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. How many years ago was that?
That was probably maybe like 8 years.
8 years ago.
Yeah, well, I went to Ethiopia, and I had a real good time, but it was just too conservative for me. So
They're very Christian.
yeah, it was cool. Like, they're really beautiful, but they're really conservative, and it was really like, I want to hear some American music. They were just playing. They wasn't playing no Afrobeats. They was playing straight local, traditional music.
Right.
So it's
And they
a
do that dance.
yeah. It was cool, but it was still kind of boring. So
Right.
then in 2021, that was my first Kenya trip. I never looked back. So every year since then, I'll do Kenya, and I'll try a different African country every year after that.
Right.
So I tried Ghana, I tried Ivory Coast, but I always come here. I tried Uganda, I tried Tanzania, I did South Africa. I love South Africa. So right now, South Africa is my number 2.
As far as Africa, for me, it's number 1 so far. So, okay, you start coming to Africa more often. What are you feeling when you come to Africa?
For me, what I love the most about here, I went to college for 3 years, and like the natural energy here is just like reminds me of college. The girls are smart, they drink with you, people drink, they're friendly, and you can meet like local homeboys here. South African here is the only place I met like local genuine homeboys that like, didn't want no money from you. Like, come drink with me, come to my birthday party.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that means a lot because you can get girls anyway.
Yeah.
So I hear you, I kind of feel at home here in South Africa. So here is more like I tell everybody, because people come here and when they first get here, like, I'm like, you got to catch the vibe here, because when you hit South Africa, when you hit Tanzania, when you hit Ivory Coast, you're gonna see prettier girls right away. Here, you have to like really get in the vibe and catch the vibe and like meet people and just have them hang out with you. And this here is more about a vibe.
I did come up on the elevator and I went to Soho. And I was by myself. I was looking for some promoter dude that a friend told me to go.
Yeah.
And the dudes I came up on the elevator was like, yo, you could come sit with us. You know what I'm saying? So I like, cool, I'm supposed to meet this guy, but that was, different. Like, I haven't experienced some people just, brothers saying, yo, come sit with us, you by yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely get that. So you've been coming here for 5 years?
About 5 years now.
About 5 years.
Yep.
How has it changed in 5 years?
When I first came here, I didn't see that much Black Americans here. I didn't see that much Black Americans.
I don't see a lot.
Maybe
Still.
because I'm in a loop and they all hit me up now.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just in a loop and they all when they come like, hey, where you at? Yeah.
You connect.
Yeah, maybe I'm in a loop now. Everybody hit me up, but
Right.
and I think it was maybe a little bit cheaper, and that's pretty much what the if you watch the news, the riots are about here. For us, it's still cheaper, but for the local, the cost of living is going up for them. So it is kind of expensive for the local certain things. So like the price is going up a little bit, and if you compare here to South Africa, they get paid more. So people say the girls, they beg a little bit here or whatever, because you understand the culture here and like they don't get paid nothing here, and the cost of living is high. In South Africa, things are cheap and they get paid well out there, and that really changes things and dating dynamics and everything else. So once you understand that, it kind of everything makes sense.
Yeah, you could tell that the South African people are getting their hands on more money.
Yeah.
You could just tell by their style, what they have.
Yeah.
They look up to date with fashion, the malls. They got supermodels over there and all that.
Yeah, and it's easy to meet chicks in South Africa don't want nothing from you.
Yeah.
Because they good though.
Yeah.
They just want your vibe,
Yeah.
Here you can meet those chicks too, but just not as easy as South Africa.
Yeah. It's like 60-40 here.
Yeah.
You have to weed it out a little bit.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. And I was saying, I like to walk in the morning, so I get out my place and walk 3 miles and come back. So you see what's going on when you get out and put your feet on the ground. And I just see billboard after billboard after billboard after luxury.
Yeah.
$1 million shillings, $1.5 million shillings, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. And I'm like, and then you see the construction. And I'm like, damn.
See, but eventually I want to buy a property in South Africa, but how theirs work is you have to put 50% down.
Right.
But your monthly payments are way cheaper though.
Right.
So you pay over 10 years, like you pay like $300 a month for 10 years, for $50,000, $60,000. I already looked into it. Or if you get married, then you can only put you gotta put like 10% down. Or like you put it's like a real low amount. I think it's real. It's like, I think it's less than 10%.
If you marry.
It's all right. I think it's lower than 10%. I think it's like 5 or I think it's real. It's 10 or something like that. But think about it though. Kenya has stronger laws to protect you. You won't lose your property in a marriage in Kenya though. In South Africa, you'll lose it like America.
So tell me, you come in here, you being here.
Yeah.
And I saw you on a BMT, and you told me that you invested in a property.
Yeah.
So how did that come about, and how was it done?
So I had a friend of mine, I got a Haitian homeboy in Dubai, and he had me looking at rental properties for to start a business out here to like rent something, doing an Airbnb. So he actually got me looking at real estate when I was because usually I'm just partying, doing nothing. So he had me like, bro, we can get some rental, and so we had me looking at properties. I was looking at prices, and I'm like, man, my vacation, I spent enough money to buy a property. So I'm like, next year I got to do something. I can't waste as much money I wasted last year. Mm-hmm. So eventually I found a trusted realtor before I left, and I started the process before I came back here. I was kind of nervous buying property, and I wasn't even here when I started the process.
Right.
But I got another trusted lawyer, and it worked out. And when I came here, I already started the process. I met her, and she's like really trustworthy. She has an Instagram. I have a trusted lawyer. So I actually like started the process before I even got here, and I looked at it. It's like a new build. So it's like you have to pretty much, they just want you to pay it off before it's built, but they'll work with you.
It's
So
like that in Colombia. It's like that in Dominican Republic. I've seen that structure where you put down pre-construction and it might be done in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
You put down like 10% and you pay X amount. As long as it's paid off before it's finished. So tell me, is it that process is the same or is it a little bit different?
It's the same. Pretty much they have the 2-year ones, they have the 3-year ones, and you can catch them from like 35,000 to like 60,000, and it's even some apartments on the outskirts I've seen for like 10,000, but they're probably way far out. Right. But in this area in Kilimani, you can catch them for like 35,000.
Is your place in Kilimani or
It's actually in the Westlands, but it's on the other side of the bridge, which I like. It's more quiet than this side. See, this side you see everybody walking around and stuff, a little more active. I stayed a few times, but now I'm getting kind of burnt out on it.
Right.
But it's a quiet side that's pretty much near Kilimani, but it's technically still the Westlands. but it's quiet. It's like we cross the bridge, it's another side of Westlands.
Right.
So it's technically Westlands, but it's close to Kilimani. So I like it. It's quiet over there.
I think I'm over there.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm in Lavington.
Yeah, right over there. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That's a real good area. By the bees and stuff. Yeah.
So when is your property going to be done?
I got like another is it 26? It's like another like 2 years, a little over 2 years.
So how much was the apartment? How much you had to put down, and if you want to,
I got you,
your
no problem, no
monthly
problem.
payments, just so, because I'm considering.
See, I got one probably in like 58,000. So I had to put down like 20%. I think I put down like 20%.
Okay.
And then my monthly payments, I have to pay the monthly payments to pay it off, but so it's no interest.
Right.
So I'm paying off in like 2 or 3 years. So my monthly payments is probably like 1,100. But you can get something for 35,000 and it'll be way cheaper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's big, and since I bought it, the value already went up. So I can sell it right now. It won't be ready in 2 years. I can sell it right now and make money. And it's still being built.
And a lot of places are like that, where the people cash out before it's done because it's gone up so dramatically.
Exactly.
Okay, so just tell us about your channel. I'm glad you covered because me, when I'm traveling, I'm a business person, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know, so I was always looking. I came very close in Colombia. I ended up deciding on Brazil,
All right.
Rio de Janeiro. But I'm trying to pivot out of what I do and make money other ways, easier. And I think real estate is a good investment. Now, not every real estate investment can work out for you, but I think real estate is a good investment because I see a lot of brothers going international and opening restaurants. But to me, restaurants is very risky. Then you also have laws. You have people, you have employees, and sometimes you got to pay them out to the end of the year if you close early, so on and so forth. And you need people to make it work. When it's real estate, you got a cleaner, you got a handyman. You don't have a whole bunch of people that you have to get on the phone with to call and work things out, even if you're not there. And now because of home sharing and all this stuff, it makes it easier. So real estate to me is probably going to be one of the best international investments
I believe
that
so
you
too.
can make.
Yep.
Yeah. And they also have it now in a lot of places where you can pay it out over time. So you're looking at a little more than I bought cars for $50,000. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So if I buy a property for $50,000, $60,000, it's a way better investment for me because even with my property in Brazil, I bought it under market. It was worth $50,000 more than what I bought it for. And now when my renovation is done, that's got to add like another $25,000 minimum to the value of it. So yeah, like you said, once the renovations is done in a few months, I could probably literally sell it and double my money, or at least make my money back in half.
Sweet, can't beat that, man.
Yeah.
You can't lose out here, man, because these countries, they booming, and like you buy while it's being built. Like I said, my value already went up, so it's gonna keep going up and up. You can't lose.
Got to get in now.
Yeah. So for me, I think pretty much I'm going to be best in Kenya and South Africa, but just learn the laws. Like in South Africa, you can own the land. Here it's a 99-year lease, but my lawyer, he said the 99-year lease is just like it's just a magical number. After 99 years, you just register again and get it for another 99 years. Out here, you won't lose your property to your wife. So getting married is not like you can get married out here and you won't lose your property. South Africa, you will lose your property. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
You can lose your property to your wife in South Africa.
There's some countries that will happen and won't happen.
Yeah. So you just got to just know and learn all your laws because they're completely different in Africa. Just know.
So tell them your channel, tell them about your channel, and tell them what they could expect to see on your channel.
So it's GMT Travels, and first I started off just trying to show like a sexy side of Africa because when I first started, I feel like everybody that started Africa was just animals, lion, tigers, and bears, and nobody really showed like the sexy side. So I've been promoting in all the groups to show like show the nice, the upscale, the clubs, the party, the women, just trying to show. But I feel like my job is done there. So now I'm just trying to just show up my travels and mainly in Africa. Next year I'm gonna be focused mostly on Kenya and South Africa, and I might do a Colombia here and there drop by, but it's gonna be mainly like Kenya and South Africa, pretty much. That's what I'm focused on.
All right, what's your top 3 countries.
In the world,
Your favorite, your top, your 3 most that you would say is your favorite.
favorite.
3.
I would say Colombia. I love Medellin. I love Medellin. Medellin's
Me
up
too,
there.
Me too. Gotta love Medellin.
Hey, I love Medellin. I love Dubai.
Okay, I've never been to Dubai. I had a ticket and lost it
Lost. Oh man.
because I extended it for a year, and then when the year came, I just wasn't ready to go, and I was going by myself, and I just.
All right, and I gotta do 4 in Kenya and South Africa.
Kenya and
South
South
Africa.
Africa, okay.
But I'm going back to Dubai because a lot of people don't know about Dubai. See, the thing about people don't know about Dubai is a lot of the clubs are in the hotels.
I heard.
So I have a homeboy who's a DJ out there, and they'll have like yacht parties with all American chicks, and they don't have like no dudes. So my DJ homie be like, bro, you wanna come to a yacht party? It's all girls. So it'll be like all American girls, they don't got no dudes. So you got the tourist girls there, and then all the clubs, you got the tourist girls, and then like there's hotels that just like you over here, where you'd be surprised, where it'll be like Asian, Russian, African girls just available, read between the lines.
Yeah, I met a girl on the beach in Cartagena.
Yeah.
Beautiful Colombian girl, and you could tell she had some bread.
Yeah.
I got her number and everything because we started talking, and she told me that she lived in Dubai.
Yeah.
And so I didn't, follow up with her while I was like, I'll get with you in Dubai. But when I started looking at her Instagram and the life that she was projecting that she was living over there, Al said, man, you should have tried to get with her in Colombia because ain't no way you gonna get with her in Dubai.
Yeah, the prices are a little bit high, especially, Colombia girls especially, but the Asian and African, they're more reasonable. It's reasonable. Get with me. I'll plug you into the right spots to go.
Right.
But yeah, it just in Dubai, it's also levels too. So you go to certain places is this price, this places is that price. So it's like I know how to move when I'm out there, and I'm going there so long, I'll get like a suite and bring the party to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm going. So I got friends there. So now I got people who live there, and I know girls. I know a lot of like Nigerian girls there. My Haitian DJ homeboy there. So yeah, man, it's like you can kind of. It's expensive, but
It's like a melting pot.
yeah, if you know how to move, it's not that bad. They got a train that comes every like 5-10 minutes that gets you around the city.
There's a lot to do. When I got my notes, there's a lot to do.
And the thing about Dubai though, it's a lot of tourist stuff to do, but everything pretty much costs $100
Yeah.
All the tourist stuff, but you can kill a whole day walking around the mall.
I tell you what, next time you're going back, I don't know how soon it is. Let me know. I'm willing to change my plans to go.
Got you,
with
because
somebody that's experienced.
usually with me in Dubai, I usually I fly Emirates no matter what when I'm coming to Africa. So I usually catch Dubai when I'm coming and leaving. But this year I'm kind of tight on money this year, so I'm not gonna stop this time. But mostly every year, I usually do depending on if I got too much money, I do like maybe a week and a half. Sometimes I'll do a week when I'm coming and leaving.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, brother. Thanks. I think you gave some good information, and y'all definitely check out his channel. I guess he's the plug out here. He's at least one of the plugs out here in Nairobi,
Hey,
Kenya.
I'm proud I'm not the only one now.
And y'all check him out, man. Thank you, brother.
Hey, Priest, man, anytime.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Subscribe, snitches.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?